I can start, right?
Yeah, you can.
Please do.
So there's been a lot of RP talk, and really, honestly, I almost want to say like support the channel on Patreon so you can see this group's RP channel in the Discord. It's almost worth it, but
That alone is almost worth the price of
it
admission.
was worth for the low cost of $1 a month. You can feed me one breakfast burrito. I know Achilles. You can feed Achilles one can of cat food, and also you are a fussy boy. Go lay down, fussy boy. It's time for more of Real Kingmaker. And as always, all y'all, thank you much for your support, helping us do the things we love. It's been a big week, a big couple of weeks, One of the things I love about y'all the most is something as a lot of groups would be like, here's a dragon. Oh shit, kill it. And then we're gonna move on to the next thing. Y'all take that and turn it into a whole event, and it has been an honor to GM for y'all. I know I always say that, but I'm never gonna not. Kato wants to do his in-character reflection first. I think there might be some of the reading of the RP minutes because we're taking a pretty big left turn.
Mm-hmm. Just want to say in response to your dragon statement is you have the advantage here with us of most of the players at this digital table, not having frames of reference for anything. So like we have no idea how difficult said, creature would be, whereas players with a lot more Pathfinder experience would be like, oh yeah, we're level 5. We can definitely take this because this is a CR whatever encounter and blah blah blah. Like we don't have that, so we're going to take everything as almost from an in-character perspective instead of a metagaming perspective. So.
And I appreciate that so much. Like I tell my friends here in the city, I told them it more than once. More than once was because I like to watch them jump from the second time on. I love this group so much. They attack bat swarms with swords.
Because we have no effing idea what we're doing.
And they're just, oh, why would they do that? But I've rambled enough. Kato, tell us about all your evil plans.
All right. Oof, evil. So I'm playing Kato Sicarius. Prepare for my extra long list of titles. So I am a level 3 swashbuckler of the Rosalind Bravo archetype. I'm also a level 1 monk of the Master of Many Styles archetype. I'm a level 1 fighter of the Weapon Master archetype. And now, since we've just hit level 6, I am a level 1 Eldori Sword Lord prestige class.
Ooh,
dum, dum, dum. Woo! All right. My reflection. After the events of the Green Dragon, Zaroom? Did I get that right?
Fantasy names can be pronounced many different ways.
Was it Zaroom? Okay. Kato spent most of the next day within the confines of Fort Staggrave, pondering what to do next. He had been publicly shamed, called out in front of all those who had gathered in front of the fort, and by a member of his own court, no less, a man that he thought he could trust. Kato began pacing within his chamber. It was true, the lie Jubilost and Kalir had spun went directly against Kato's wishes. That was another problem, those two taking liberties with Kato's own sense of honor. But while such a distasteful act would need to be dealt with, Kato knew proper etiquette. He knew the importance of public image and the severe harm that comes when lords undermine each other in public. So Kato stayed silent, smiled, and went along with it. The story was mostly harmless anyway, and there was some cause for celebration after all. Despite the dishonorable way it may have been handled, the dragon did pose a real threat to the kingdom and to the people living there. A threat that was now ended, even if the method used to handle it was dirty and the story mostly fabricated. But that Arcturus, Kato slams his fist down on the desk. I understand standing up for the truth, but to shame your peers like that, to call their very integrity into question right in the public eye, and to shame me in the process, this goes beyond just his animosity with Kalira. If I didn't know any better, I might think he was trying to sabotage everything we've worked so hard to build here. Kato pauses, taking a deep breath. No. This is my fault. Ionia was right. It was a mistake to assume. Kato takes a seat at his desk, grabbing a spare parchment and a quill pen. A mistake I will rectify tonight. This needs to come to an end now. He begins writing 4 separate, yet identical letters. I request you to meet me at the Keston Memorial Graveyard at midnight tonight. This is of the utmost importance. Come alone and in secret. Let no one know where you are going. Signed with the letter C.
And the hero point goes to this man's. And the round of applause goes to this man's. In the comments below, round of applause for this man. Sven will get it. Sven will be in there. I trust Sven to do it. Anybody want to volunteer for next up? Y'all have been so good at your volunteering.
I have a written as well, so I can definitely go if no one is.
Even Kalir is writing them now. Holy God!
No freestyle this week.
No freestyle. He's done playing with his chicken. Now it's time to. It's a Super Bowl thing. I don't understand. But go for it.
All right. Kalira closes her eyes tightly, trying to ignore the dull irritation running down her left arm. However, instead of a reprieve, she is greeted by the horrifying visage of 6 decrepit faces looming over her. She shudders as her body recalls the feel of cold stone on her naked skin. Their lurid smiles unfazed by the keen wailings of their helpless captive. Their plaything. Their source. No, not unfazed. As they watched her tears fall, their smiles grew ever more euphoric. Kalira opens her eyes and lifts her head back as she quaffs the last of her ale, at the same time biting back the unbidden tears. They didn't help you then, Ashling. They sure as steel won't help you now, she reminds herself bitterly. As she slams down the tankard and stares at the bottom of the cup, she wonders why the faces still won't go away. The itching started around the time the noble witch had brought her back from her damnable spell. At first she thought nothing of it, as it didn't happen when she took her to the strange hot forest. But then, when the dragon's breath enveloped her, she felt it again. Much more intensely. An acid burn made sense, but the left sleeve of her tunic was barely marred. No, please, no. She remembers the old priest's vow, as his faithful acolyte reverently placed each one of those vile old mages' heads upon a pike. They could never hurt her again. Their wicked ritual incomplete yet. Magic users, devious, greedy mages. Damn them all. Suddenly she recalls something the witch who had just been sitting beside her had said long ago. Ionia joked that if magic was such a problem for Kalira, why not deal with it the way she did everything else? Cut magic in half. It was such a laughably stupid idea. Her frustration at her helplessness boils over as she thunders, "More ale!" not bothering to look up from the cup. Gorham's feast, Ashling. Now a different, far more pleasant memory comes to her. The feel of Brand's unusually hot breath on her neck sent a chill up her spine as it did now. You'll not be mastering the rage if you keep getting in your own damn way. Will you miss? Which way you to swing? How to place your feet? Will I be hurt? Can I even cut it? None of that matters, girl. Just swing the damn blade. Kalira frowns, now looking at the amber foam spilling over the rim of her full tankard. Old Bran, you are good at many things, but you are a sheep teacher. Downing the entire pint in one long swig, Kalira drunkenly lets the tankard clatter to the floor. Maybe now the vile faces would leave her alone for a time. But they would be back. She knew that well. They always came back. She pushes herself up from the table and tucks Zaroon's head under her left arm, and then reaches for the strap binding her 2 sheathed great swords, never more than an arm's length away. As she lifts them over her shoulders, she feeling their weight, the pointless dread that crept into her mind melts away, and a wolfish grin spreads across her face. Just swing the blade, huh? Bran, you bastard. witch's idea is certainly a stupid one, but perhaps that doesn't matter. She continues laughing as she leaves Oleg's, and the head drops to the ground. I'm sorry, and heads to the graveyard. And Kalira is a barbarian, superstitious barbarian, level 6, and she is a half elf, and she now has the ability to spell rend.
Yeah, I thought that might have been the rage power you took.
Literally cutting spells in half.
I'm sure there will be no horrible, terrible explosions or anything like that. Fair enough.
Fine.
The hero point is yours, my friend. Y'all are impressive as hell this morning. Anybody want to volunteer for the going next?
Stop.
Oh, good.
This pain train is going to come to an end soon.
Pain train's going to come to a screeching halt when someone's like, I'm this, I'm playing that. Last time we did this. Good.
Hey, that's mine.
Esker it is then, I suppose.
Yeah, I'll do it. Right, so my character is Arcturus. I'm playing an Inquisitor of Abadar. I'm a human. So, I mean, my text RP sort of catches you up to where I'm at right now, but the gist of it is that the events, even though I had like a heated discussion with Cato, I certainly, after hearing him rage privately, out of character, my character doesn't have any conception that he is nearly that upset with me, Arcturus. And I have come to start thinking pretty highly of Cato's sense of honor. So my problem is entirely with Kalira at this point, and probably will remain that way for a while. So yeah. I mean, ultimately, the truth won out. So I have moved past the events, and I've been feeling kind of a resurgence in my resolve with the Arbiter showing up at the end of last session. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers. That's who I am, what I'm playing, and what we did last.
Ended up in a ditch.
And we all ended up in a ditch. Good enough for me. And we go now to Senio or Ionia.
Nah, you're safe, dude. Don't worry.
Safe in the bottom of the ditch. Well, I guess
I'll go.
All right, fair enough. It's all you. In a world where it's not Ionia first. Y'all have come so far. Expectations subverted.
All right. So I am Senya the Black Stag. I play a Kelid barbarian. And with our level up next session, I also put a point in Phalanx Warrior. I'm going to go that route for a little bit. And with that, I learned a couple of new skills. One in particular, I picked up Arcane style to be a little bit more tanky and offer a little bit more protection to Spaghetti Boy.
Spaghetti Boy.
Spaghetti Boy!
Could use your Archon style protection.
As far as RP goes, I don't think Cato realized that he sent a letter to a country bumpkin that can't read. So I had some fun trying to figure out what the hell the scribbles said on my note. Kind of got halfway there and then kind of gave up. So I've been waiting at the graveyard for the last 3 hours or so, practicing my new moves with ghosts that nobody else sees, who are my ancestors, and that's where I'm at.
Good enough. Alrighty, take us home, Ionia.
All right. So I have a thing written up here, but I haven't decided if I want to use it yet. So I'm just gonna kind of wing this one. We'll see. Maybe next session I might use this. So I'm playing Ionia Assel, mostly human occultist. She's level 6 now. Feels a little crazy. Let's see. I just received a letter from my good pal Cato, wherein he seemed to be trying to be a little sneaky, but like, we only have a handful really of people here, so it's kind of hard to not just kind of know what's going on there. So Yoni is a little, I guess, kind of excited about this because, it's a summons in the middle of the night to the cemetery. That sounds pretty exciting. She's absolutely not going alone, though. Her pup is going with her. But yeah, pretty excited just to see what kind of mystery and intrigue her friend's trying to pull up. So that's kind of where I'm at, I guess. Just ready to see what's going on there.
Good enough. Alrighty, hero points all around. We going nuts. First thing I want to ask, because I'm still a little confused on it, and I want to dot my T's and cross my I's here. The graveyard is, like, as I understand it, pretty far away from, like, the settlement at large.
Yeah, it's, like, not absurdly far. Like, you can take the road north up to, like, the end of the hex, and then you bank kind of off the road to the never eat shredded wheat west. And you go that way for, like, maybe, like, I would say, like, 15-20 minutes, and you'll hit the graveyard.
Okay, so it's not, like, in the middle of nowhere, but it's in the middle of nowhere kind of thing.
Right. It's within, like, kind of the developing area of the tile, but it's the most remote part that we've developed.
Okay. Understood. And as I'm given to understand from Text RP, the Arbiter remains behind, yes?
That's correct.
The Arbiter remains behind. I will assume...
Insurance policy.
The insurance policy remains behind. I'm gonna assume most people come here on horseback. You could hoof it, I suppose. So I'll say probably Grom is here and a horse for everybody.
Sounds good to me.
All right, dope. Let me grab some horses. And y'all, it's really dark tonight. There's not even, like, there wouldn't be that much of a moon in the first place, but it's been pretty overcast. Rained basically as soon as the sun went down, and now it's just like, it is black as black is black. I will assume everybody has either the light cantrip on them or a torch.
I have a lantern.
Or a lantern. That's also good.
And I have a, what is it called? A sun stick?
Sunrod?
Sunrod.
Okay.
I can use this.
I'll have light. Light sounds good.
So I probably would just bring the sunrod, then I wouldn't bring my lantern, I would imagine.
Ooh, shiny. So the moon totem would only last for the amount of rounds you have that you can rage, though. So
Okay.
being angry for the entire night's probably not the best on...
But we have torches for days at the settlement, so you could have taken...
Well, I have a sunrod.
Understood. Okay, I'll assume everyone has some kind of light source, and as y'all arrive, Bakken and Jubilost haven't quite made it yet. But everybody else is here.
No Bakken or Jubilost. I need Jubilost here. 'Cause he's... Alright.
So are we all just standing here?
I guess you're arriving.
Either
But I see you.
a few hours in the case of Senia, or around the same time-ish. You arrive when you want to arrive, basically.
So my plan, Senia actually got here before me, unexpectedly. My plan was to get there a short time before the scheduled time, maybe like 30 minutes to an hour before. But Senia's been there for 3 hours, so hey, because she doesn't know what midnight means in writing.
Hey, the GHT sound, that's hard, okay? Couldn't figure out how to pronounce that.
Fair enough. So I'll just, I would have just nodded at Senia and said, wow, you're here early. The rest should be getting here within the hour, I hope. So keep doing what you're doing. Don't let me distract you.
Kind of wave at him and go back to practicing my rancer rounds.
Cato will be so the way the graveyard is laid out currently, where Cato's standing within the graveyard, is there are a number of small sort of headstones and just kind of modestly marked graves, but kind of near the center of the plot, at kind of the crest of a hill, there is a kind of like a larger headstone, a little more elaborate in its construction. Not overly fancy, but definitely stands a little bit apart from the others. And that is, of course, the memorial headstone for our boy Keston. And Cato has set up his position next to that stone, hanging a lantern over the top of the headstone so that the light kind of shines down the front of the stone, illuminating kind of the engraving on it, as well as kind of lights the crest of the hill so that everyone can see where he's standing.
Okay. And eventually the rest of the squad appears. Jubilost and Bakken haven't quite arrived yet, but the rest of the PCs all arrive at the Keston Memorial Graveyard.
Cato looks across to Arcturus and Ionia and Kalira and asks, or says, and Kalira, you brought your dog, right, Ionia?
Yeah, of course I did.
He looks at you and kind of grumbles. You know what come alone means, don't you?
She shrugs. It's like, what's he gonna do? Tell someone?
I take it you all left discreetly. Does anyone know you are here? Does anyone know what you are doing tonight?
Clear shrugs.
I remain silent.
I actually told the whole town on my way through.
Oh, we're going to the graveyard in the middle of the night.
Cato's eyebrows kind of furrow a little bit, and he gives you kind of a cold death stare and says, normally I appreciate your sense of humor. But the situation that is upon us right now is of no laughing matter, and so I need you to be perfectly honest with me. Did you follow the instructions in the letter, aside from obviously bringing your companion along?
Nobody knows I'm here but Minoru, and I guess technically Reika. She's still in my room. I don't think she's going to tell anyone either.
Why do you have us meeting here in a graveyard at the dead of night?
That would be a fine question, Cato, as Bakken drops out of invisibility, basically right on top of you guys.
Oh.
Jubilost right behind him. Pearl of Ashes perched on Jubilost's shoulder. Jubilost says, why, yes, indeed, and here I thought there would be some kind of assassination attempt. Is it common for all of you to meet and have formal affairs in the middle of the night in a graveyard? Have I joined a cult of Ergothoa? Why could we not do this in the morning?
And the other two noisy one, and the noisy one has arrived.
And he
Hello,
has,
Bakken.
yes. And, my lord, I'm curious as well. Why in the God's name did you want to have this conversation in the middle of the night, in the middle of nowhere?
That is a very good question, and all will be made clear soon. Though I see you brought a friend, Jubilost.
He's my familiar. Also, it's very, very dark out here, and he has his rapier drawn. So too does Bakken have his dueling sword drawn, and Jubilost's sword is putting off, like it's like stinging, right? Should this go out? Should this be dispelled? Should I drop it? I would certainly like a seeing eye dragon to walk me back home.
Cato sighs. Very well. It's fine. Thank you all for meeting with me at such a late hour. And thank you, most of you, for your discretion. You must all be wondering what this is about. Well, I brought you all here to tell you about something of the utmost importance and the utmost secrecy. But before I can share this with you, I need to know that I can still trust all of you. I have to admit, after the events of the other day, my faith in this group and our ability to govern these lands as a group has been shaken. Do you know why I brought you here, of all places? For its remoteness, yes, but there is a far more significant purpose. Cato places a hand on the large hedgestone standing next to him. Keston lies buried beneath this stone. He gave his life fighting, and it was his sacrifice that helped pave the road to where we are here today. He fought because he believed in us and what we were doing. If we are to survive out here, many, many more will have to give their lives as Keston did. But how can we expect people to fight for us, to lay their lives on the line for us, if they don't trust us, if they can't believe in us completely and utterly? Cato turns his glance away from the group. We create a mockery of this court when we squabble amongst ourselves. And when we undermine each other, we make a mockery of those whose very lives paid for our privilege to be here. Cato falls silent for a moment.
At this point, Bakken and Jubilost both have, like... Jubilost is sitting cross-legged on the ground, just kind of watching. Bakken has lifted himself on top of a headstone to sit on it. His head is kind of on a swivel, and when his eyes, like, when he looks at someone talking who has a sun rod, his eyes reflect the light a little bit, and then he looks back out into the shadow.
Cato takes a deep breath. But no, I didn't bring you all here just to condemn you, though a graveyard would be a suitable place to do so. He chuckles a little. No. For it would seem that I am just as much at fault here, if not more so, for what has transpired. As Ionia so eloquently pointed out to me the other day, I made a terrible mistake. I assumed that which I should never have. I assumed that which I should not have. I assumed that which I should not have. I mistakenly assumed that each of you knew what it meant to be a lord or lady of nobility, even though none of you grew up as such. I expected of you the impossible, and the events of the other day are a culmination of my failings, not yours. But this is the issue. This is an issue we will rectify here today. Today we start anew, a clean slate. We leave the mistakes of the past behind us and forge ahead a new future. With this clean slate comes a covenant, an oath of fealty, and a promise that you will make to me and that you will make to each other. The oath will be as follows. You will promise on your faith and on your life that you will today and for the future be faithful to your king. You will never cause him harm, nor act in any way that could bring harm upon him. In addition, you will promise to always support each other as members of the royal court. Anytime you are in the public eye, you will never under any circumstances undermine, sabotage, or otherwise directly oppose each other publicly, or act in any way that might represent weakness or dissent amongst our ranks. You will promise to uphold the truth whenever possible. If you choose to bend or embellish, you will never implicate your peers if they do not also consent. Any and all grievances amongst the party here are to be handled in private, and if any consequences of those grievances are deemed necessary, they will be determined and carried out solely by those in present company. Do each of you swear to uphold the oath I've put before you?
Out of character, do you have that in writing?
I do.
Can you send that to me?
I will post it in RP.
So we all look over in the RP channel.
I await individual responses.
Kalira groans and she looks down at Surin's head and she looks at Kato, narrows her eyes. We've already made our deal, Fop. I don't see the point of making another on top of the one we already have. Unless you want to give me additional assurances.
What assurances? I will be held to all the same expectations as each and every one of you.
I don't really care about your honor and your oaths. Stupid noble nonsense. She kind of stumbles a little bit and tosses Surin's head in front of her. Look at him. It's not even a good drinking buddy. All of you. I give everything for your stupid grand kingdom. And I'm treated like some pariah. I'm sick of it. You want my oath that I will protect you? Have I not been doing that? All of you, despite how much I may despise being even near you. You kind of eyes the blood priest.
We have a blood priest?
Yeah, it's Esker.
Yeah.
You have my word as you had it before. Give me my army.
You are one for the dramatic, Kalira. But I know what you hide behind your words.
Are we done?
Not exactly.
Yeah. She picks up the head by the horn. I'm getting thirsty again. Make it quick.
So, out of character, this was written on a piece of paper that you like kind of present to us. Yeah.
No. I'm showing it for your sake, but it's not written down in character.
Okay.
It's a pretty standard. It's basically a boilerplate.
Your standard boilerplate oath to feel a fealty.
Pretty much. It's just, All right.
He after Kalira would have said all of that, I would remark. I didn't really hear an acceptance in there, but so long as you understand that I have a higher oath to Abadar himself. I see nothing. I heard nothing in the oath that you asked me to swear that I would have any objection to.
Of course, Inquisitor, and I would never assume that you would shirk your higher calling for a promise of us mortals. I know how your kind operate. Wait, that sounded really condescending. I didn't mean it. I meant more like I understand like what where your priorities stand.
Indeed. Well, if you have that understanding, then on my life, I accept your oath.
Jubilost steps forward. So, of course, yes, indeed. I would never slander your court. Your court has made me very rich.
You haven't been paid yet, friend.
There has been a kingdom day. He has been paid 4,000 gold.
Oh, okay.
There was right before he got back from the first loop was April through May.
Fair enough.
Bakken like hopes himself down from the headstone. Does this mean I'm a member of the court? All I've done
yes.
so far is, well, I've been your sparring partner. Certainly, I would never do anything to cause this rabble of misfits to misfit any farther than they already do. But if you need me to swear something, I'll swear it. I just don't understand why I am. And like I told you before, Cato, if you want me to serve at a higher capacity than parrying partner, I'll do it without asking for, glares at Jubilost, compensation.
Cato smiles. It looks like the prize has been spoiled. Yes, Bakken. I would like to... The reason you are here today, amongst the rest of the members of the court, is I would indeed be honored to offer you a position within our ranks. I'm actually going to make a shift to Jubilost's role. We originally... This is out of character. This is just metagamey. We originally slotted him in as Magister. However, I would like to move him over to Counselor and appoint Bakken in the role of Magister. So Counselor, in case you're not you haven't memorized this, Tommy, he's basically the representative for the people.
Mm-hmm.
So being that he is he's essentially like our PR. So he is our bard, he is our writer, essentially our celebrity within the kingdom, and he is the sort of the liaison between the court and the citizens, which I think is a very suitable role given his popularity with the people and his ability, now the fact that he's been re-rolled as a bard.
Okay, gotcha.
With the bard class. And then the Magister is the one in charge of like higher learning and education, and Bakken seems very educated. He's an alchemist, he's very worldly and learned, and so I feel like that would be a good role for him. So that's why I'm requesting we make that kind of just a shift in title. But does that jive with you, Tommy?
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Okay, cool. So yes, let's just pretend we made Jubilost the counselor like all along. So yes, if you would accept Bakken, we would like to offer you I would like to offer you the position of Magister within the court.
Of course.
Cato nods and looks over to the two silent ladies.
Sinya kind of scratches her head a bit at the whole thing, and well, there's nothing in this oath that goes against my beliefs. So sure.
All right, wildling.
Ionia will step forward, like right in front of Cato and say, I've known you for a very long time. Have I ever given you any reason to doubt my loyalty?
You have not. And I take it that means that I can continue to continue to place my trust in you?
Don't forget who your allies are, and she kind of punches him playfully.
Very well. I will take that as a yes. All right. So, everyone, with a new start comes a new name. If you have all noticed, and it's been bugging me incessantly, we have yet to give this fledgling kingdom a title, a name. And so, I would like to make a proposal. I propose that in the remembrance of the concordance that we have come to here today, that we be henceforth be known as the Kingdom of Concordia.
Bakken and Jubilost say nothing. They just kind of look out over all of you.
Clear's not paying much attention. She's stumbling around Jubilost, trying to catch the fairy dragon in the jaws of the severed head of the dragon.
She's drunk.
Drunk and carrying the severed head of their last opponent just around with her.
Unless anyone else had any better ideas, however, a kingdom needs a name. We can't keep calling ourselves the kingdom or the fort.
Or the stolen lands.
Or the stolen lands. I thought Concordia was appropriate, as we are trying to also, build bridges with all of the other civilizations out here. It is a very welcoming name. Shows our acceptance of the various cultures and ways of life that exist within these lands. We are not a conquering, oppressing, and assimilating nation. We are an open and inviting one. So,
all right, you sold me.
I like it.
Yeah, you sold me. I was a little skeptical, but out of character, this is all. But you got me.
You had me at the part where, we're welcoming and not just tyrants.
Right. All right. Very well. Very well. All right. So now that my faith has been renewed, I can tell you the reason why I have actually asked you here in secret. Because what we just did today, could have been done back at the fort, of course. We didn't have to come all the way out here for this, though I think the scene really helped emphasize the importance. But with that said, the reason I've asked you all here in secret is that I plan to embark on a top secret mission that will be taking me away from the kingdom for some time.
Taurus is immediately concerned.
I thought that might be the case. And when I say secret, I mean secret, as in no one can know where I have gone. Because I plan to head north and sneak back into the city of Restov. Now,
that seems unwise.
I am fully aware of the risk, but unfortunately it is necessary given the precarious situation that we find ourselves in right now. I don't know how much you all know about the current political climate to the north, but Brevoy, the kingdom of Brevoy, is on the very brink of civil war. It could happen a year from now, it could be 5 years from now. No one really knows anything for sure, except that it will happen. And when it does, the winner of that conflict will also determine our fate down here. And here's why. Didn't you guys think it's strange that King Naleski Sertova went so far as to banish us, discredit us, strip me of my name and my title, and then just leave us alone out here? If we were truly the threat they thought we might be, why wouldn't they march a force south and just wipe us off the map? They certainly could have if they wanted to, except that they can't. You see, if Naleski were to send an Isian army south of Rossland to deal with our little upstart kingdom, they would either need to move their army through Rossland territory to get here, or travel around through Numeria, both of which carries its own risks, but more importantly, dividing their army would also leave them vulnerable back home, which would be the perfect opportunity for Rossland to make the first move and strike at House Sertova. So most likely, they hoped that by illegitimizing us and cutting off our support, that we would meet our own doom here at the hands of the many threats found within the stolen lands. Yes, House Sertova no doubt hopes the problem of us will solve itself, because as long as Rossland sits between us and Isia, we are protected. So you see the predicament. Should civil war break out, it's not just in our interest that Rossland comes out the victor, but our very survival may depend on it. Should Isia conquer the south of Brevoy, nothing will stop them from continuing to march south to put our little project here to an end. So that is why I must travel to Restov. I plan to strike a secret alliance with Rosalind. However, in our current state, we would be of little to no use to them. So I'm going to propose a deal that if they would make an investment in our kingdom to help us develop the infrastructure we need to grow faster and stronger, then we can put ourselves in a position to fight alongside them when the inevitable war breaks out. Of course, this must all be done in secret. Should Isia find out about any of this, well, let's just say it won't go well for anyone.
Certainly a bold plan.
Claptrap,
Yes!
tell your stupid dragon to hold still.
No, I don't think I will do that at all. I do not want you to kill my... Perlevash, come here!
Just go into the head. I just want to see what happens. Maybe it comes to life or something.
Did you show... You completely wasted, Tibor. Out of character.
Huh?
Oh,
no. Not out of. I'm not drunk out of character. Are you kidding?
No. In character.
In character.
I'm asking you the question.
Oh.
Completely.
Yeah, she's pretty drunk. Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure I was reading that right.
Perlevash, there's a... I'm just gonna have Perlevash floop back on over to Jubilost and perch on his shoulder. Stop harassing my familiar!
I just want to see if something happens. Hey, Fop. This plan is stupid.
For once in her life, Kalira is correct.
You're gonna go to Restov and get arrested? Hey, you've never been in those jails. I have. It's not fun. So, better idea. You want a plan? You want to get some buddies? Okay, bring them here. We have a pier. I know a few people. They could smuggle somebody. Easy. Bring them down with some, I don't know, ale. Some decent ale. Yeah? And then we'll have better beer. And then you can have your little meeting. Brilliant.
I like the way you're going.
Really?
But it comes with a fatal flaw. We cannot bring them to us. At least not all the way. It may make sense for a intermediary location. It may be foolhardy to think that I could sneak into the city. But it's also far too risky for them to attempt to make the journey to our fort here. There's no way they would be able to do it without arousing any suspicion. But if there was some middle ground, some in-between location that was isolated enough that I would be able to sneak in unrecognized under disguise, but also close enough that it wouldn't arouse any suspicion for someone from Restov to also make their way there. That would be probably the most ideal scenario.
Certainly it's a better idea than you waltzing into the gates of Restov, assuming that someone won't, A, have a sentry who can detect magic and ping whatever magic you've used to not look like Kato, realize you're walking in under illusion, and as Kalira has so aptly put it, arrest you, you sit in jail for 24 hours at most before they hang you by the neck till dead, or B, you, pull a hood over your head, wear some makeup, something like that, and the outcome is the same. It's not the worst idea I've ever heard in my life, but if it goes bad, there's not a lot of coming back from it.
I understand. But if we don't forge this alliance, we may be spinning our wheels here for no good reason.
Yes. Who's it that you want to talk to?
I need to speak with, let me get the names. I don't memorize names very well.
Same TBH.
Or at least NPC names.
Yeah, we've noticed.
Yeah. Okay. Why don't you go sober up somewhere? I need to meet with Lord Mayor Iosif Selemius? Yosef, is that how you pronounce?
Yeah. Mm.
Yosef. Yes, I need to speak with Mayor Yosef, as well as a high-ranking member of the Aldori Council of Sword Lords.
DM question.
Yes.
Is it possible for Kalira in her decades of living
Slumming
in
it?
Restov, working for various high profile gangster types, would she possibly know any of these, or know someone who may know any of these people, or have a connection to any of these people?
The mayor of Restov is pretty well on the up and up, so probably a little less him. So far as a ranking Aldori sword lord, there are a lot of fight clubs in Restov. The whole city is it's the birthplace of a fighting style, and all the various fighting styles that have sprung up in competition to it. You probably in your time have go to fight club with your former partner, and someone who is practiced in the art of the Aldori dueling sword is trying their luck against 1d4 dudes with knives and broken bottles, or brass knuckles and big burly chests, that kind of thing. That said, Kalira probably has a considerable amount of friends in low places.
One thing about the way that the political house system in Restov, as far as the Aldori are concerned, is ever since Syria and Aldori passed, no single Aldori has ever taken the reins. Instead, they lead their house by council.
There's a Jedi council that the
Yes.
Emperor, in this case the mayor, is advised by.
Correct. So if you could get the mayor, you could get him to bring one of the members of his advisory council, and that would be sufficient.
It probably stands to reason that he would. If someone who he has publicly denounced says, "Hey, please meet me in secret," I probably would want to bring someone who's real good at sword dancing and stabbing.
Yeah, and here's the thing: is neither of those parties, the mayor or the Aldoris who counsel him, have any love for King Sertova, but they only do his bidding now because they have no choice. He is their king, and to keep war from breaking out tomorrow, they must still heed his decrees. So I'm sure he would be more than happy to negotiate some form of alliance if war was to break out, having an ally at his side, a secret ally that would kind of an ace in the hole, so to speak. I can't see him turning such an offer down, TBH, but that's just my
So where exactly is this
assessment of the situation.
Currently, you're going into Rostov, or I didn't quite catch where we
That
went.
was the original. That was my original. We sort of workshopped it from there. It looks like, from my understanding, Kalira might try to reach out to one of his contacts in Rostov to pass a message to the mayor.
How's she going to do that? Is Kalira going into Rostov?
Well, I don't know how Kalira plans to get a message in.
Here's the thing. I think I can help with this. But I want a message sent to my father. If somebody is going back into Brevoy, I want my father in a safe position.
Port Ice is a very, very long ways away.
I understand. It's my father.
I understand that as well. just getting a message to the border where Rostov is currently located is going to probably take all of the resources and favors that Kalira can call in. I would love a way to send...
I can write a note with a hidden message in it. He's a smart man. I'm sure he can figure it out. All we need to do is find someone trustworthy to get it to him. I can get one of us in the city if we need to.
How do you intend to get someone into the city? Genuinely curious.
A couple days ago, I noticed an old woman in town, and I hadn't met her before, and I, at this point, am fairly positive I know everybody living in Ruston. And I approached her, and it wasn't an old lady at all, it was Amalia. And she has the skill to change her appearance in a very drastic way, and I believe I can acquire that same skill myself. I just need some time to go train with her.
You cannot let her know what our intentions are.
Of course.
Say you were able to do such a thing. How would you... Who would you know within the city to deliver said letter? We need to make sure that we can't leave anything to chance, right?
Everybody I know is in Port Ice. We'd have to rely on a contact of yours or Kalira's. Rostov is a long way from home for me.
I'm gonna interject here, if
Okay.
I may. I am concerned, child, that your desire to let your father know that you are well could put him in danger.
The whole idea is to give him a chance to get out of danger. I've already lost more than half of my family. He's all I have left.
I would be privately moved by that sufficiently, so I will.
I will shut my pie hole. Kalira.
Yeah.
Bakken, do you have anything to sober this
What do you mean sober?
woman
I'm
up?
fine. What are you talking about? You want me to put this dragon head on you? I'll do it.
Up
Right
until the
now.
point that she starts swinging her sword at anyone, I think she's fine.
Come here, deadbeat. I'm gonna put you in this head.
Nope. He starts backing up. His sword has been out this whole time, and he keeps like scanning where y'all can't see, where the light from the sunrod ends. His dark vision goes farther, so he's just kind of been on a swivel this whole time. And then you come and goes, just nope, do not. Points his sword at Kalira.
You know fun. You know that, right?
All right.
It's past my bedtime. Someone called me out here to the middle of nowhere.
Let us wrap. Perhaps we can wrap this up. My thoughts. The ideal meeting location. So we will address your request, Ionia, here in a moment. My thoughts. The ideal meeting location would still technically be within the borders of Rossland. I propose the fort that was once Oleg's trading post, where we first began our expedition. It is isolated, far enough from the city that no prying eyes should descend upon us. However, it's close enough to Rostov that the mayor should easily be able to make his way there without arousing any suspicion. The key is getting a message to him for the meeting. And Kalira, though it pains me to say this, I feel like you are likely our best hope for this.
Yeah, for what? Oh yeah, the thing. Yeah, man, I got you. I just need to talk to, send some messages or something to a few guys. I know somebody who
And
owes me quite a few favors.
if you needed a courier for said messages, perhaps Ionia's newly discovered abilities may come in handy in that regard.
You're gonna send the witch in disguise.
I mean, witches are the best at disguising, aren't they?
I don't know. I don't know much about disguises.
Precisely. Can't have you stumbling into town and getting yourself arrested. It's probably our best bet. While she's there, I'm sure you know someone who could get a letter out to Port Ice as well.
It probably is. It's a stupid fish place, right?
Oh. I mean, it's
fishmongers everywhere.
it's basically the Mos Eisley of.
I got you. Yeah. Well, yeah, we can do something. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have the skeleton of a plan here, at the very least, which is good. Though
we have a skeleton of a dragon. Ha! It's not a skeleton yet. I'm sorry. Is it too soon? I apologize.
It is a little too soon. With that all said, I think we can make our way back to the fort. It is getting late. No one is to speak of this to anyone outside of this meeting, of course. I think that goes without saying, but it doubly goes with saying as well. Jubilost.
Yes.
You two have been uncharacteristically quiet.
Well, you see, looks over at Kalira carrying Dragonhead. I'm just trying to keep poor the Vash safe. And Bakken just it is entirely too. And can everybody make a perception check for me?
I would love nothing more.
I would love that. God. When I roll a 17 and I still get beat or tied by two people who rolled significantly lower than me. How do you guys have such a good perception? Is it a wisdom?
Yeah.
Yup.
Is perception wisdom?
That's why the Inquisitor's real good at it. Yeah. Can I get one from Kalira too?
Yo, drunk lady.
Sarah's AFK for a second.
She voluntarily declines because she's too busy playing with the dragon head.
Sorry, what'd I miss?
Bigger perception.
Need perception.
Alright.
We're about to get attacked by zombies or something. I don't know.
Probably. Nice job building a graveyard on necrotically cursed lands.
Hey, you were supposed to bless it, dude.
Oh my god, it's Keston.
Keston, it's back. We like you so much. He starts eating you. Nom, 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 nom.
That would be a horrible wight to have to fight. Wow, that rhymed.
It did indeed. Okay, so nobody picks it up. So there's going to be a surprise round. Bakken is. Yes.
Well, no, I guess it wouldn't matter because our Taurus was higher than mine. I was just gonna say I get a bonus from third eye, but it wouldn't have mattered.
The DCs are not small. Bakken, you've been really quiet. I know it's entirely too, and this is around the point that the horses start screaming. You hear the sound of. It sounds like some kind of big, deep laughter, and then the sound of something contacting the. The map may not be super terribly accurate, but I want to say that the most prep I did for this session was trying to find a map of a graveyard that a battle could take place in that also didn't look like it was run over by undead. So take it for what it is. The sound of...
Don't worry. We will give you A+ for effort.
Aw, good enough for me. As if a giant chain was slamming into the gates around the side of it. And That's around the time the arrows start flying as well. Let me,
Oh.
if y'all could go ahead and roll initiative while I'm rolling the surprise round initiative, that would be
Oh
dope.
boy.
I know, Achilles. So you go on that count, and you go on, not the best count, and you go on this count.
Oh wait, I guess I can't click my token.
Oh, can you not?
Right.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
wait, hold on, duh.
'cause we're not on
You're
the-
not on the map, you need to be on standby.
But I'm.
Bam!
Roll was so
You're gonna have
garbage.
to. You're gonna have to.
I'll put 'em in
You're gonna have to
manually.
enter our moves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
6 plus
That
that
token.
is-
That's token stats are all kinds of wrong.
I can believe it. And you go
That's
at
like-
that count, and it's that number.
That's like a level. That's like a level 3 token.
It's like a token I grabbed from what is saved to your thing, and then I moved it.
Yeah.
Okay, first things first.
how many?
Resolving against Kato's flat-footed. I'll enter you guys manually after this.
Okay, hold on one second. Let me just get this fixed up.
Okay. Plus...
There we go. There we go. What is resolving against my flat-footed arrows?
Yes.
Oh geez.
Cha. 21 against Kato's flat.
Can you catch those yet?
No. Yep, that'll hit.
Alrighty, for
Ow.
plus...
Getting assassinated in the graveyard. This won't do.
Plus that for 9 points of
combat.
piercing damage as Bakken just looking around trying to figure out what's happening, and then an arrow sinks into Kato's shoulder. Meanwhile, a knowledge arcana check approaches you.
Hey,
A
I just
knowledge
put
what
another
now?
coin in that.
Arcana.
Knowledge Arcana.
Damn it.
Don't have that.
Oh, sorry, my bad. There we go.
So
Oh,
both
those are
Arcturus and
cages.
Ionia are not sure of what it is, but the person who has just kind of starts advancing towards you, darkness radiates out from them, and where that black square is as it cuts into people's line of sight, you can't see in the blackness. It's as if supernatural darkness had pervaded the light, basically. And then
Where
another
is it? Directly in front of him, like
yeah.
us?
It
Okay.
should be that everybody can see it right about there.
Yeah,
Right.
see
That where
that?
that ping is?
Yeah.
Oh,
Or-
so it's in front of me.
Yeah. Where the squares are literally darker.
Got it.
And another shot for a 15 at Kato's flat. And
Nope.
so the 8 points of damage does not connect. Then I rolled a d5 in private to determine who would get this attack first. And I did roll for Grom.
Grom!
So that could be a thing. Plus this, it's a 24 over Grom's flat.
What is a
It's
horse?
probably pretty low.
Yeah. Let's see. I got the horse. Its AC is flat-footed 9.
And 21
Better than I
points of
thought it
damage.
was. Whoa.
21 damage. It has 15 health.
Grom's dead, yo.
Well, unconscious.
This row of horses.
Jesus.
I assume they were tied up in a somewhat similar-ish place. Okay, now let me grab y'all, and I guess also some other y'alls as well. Get out of here, Perlavash! Get out of here, Minoru! I need to add all these to the turn order. Come back here, Perlavash! Come back here, Minoru! And let's see, we got a 17.
I enjoyed that a little too much.
What?
God.
She said, "Get out of here! Come back here!"
Get out of here! I gotta select all the tokens at once! Where's the only cell? 17. And Kato is the fastest of all spaghettis at 23.
Yeah.
And 12 for Senia. Senia the horseless. And
Senia the horseless.
16 is Arcturus.
It's okay. We'll save him.
The horse is
And-
dead like our people.
Whoa!
Wow.
Feels bad.
Feels bad, man.
Woof, woof, woof. Okie dokie. And the horses, I'm
So
not sure
Grom-
exactly where
Grom-
they are.
What's it? Grom, right? Grom?
Grom, yeah.
Grom is like every other black stag now.
Oof. What is a horse's constitution modifier?
His stats are, his con is 17.
So he needs to go to -17 before he's dead.
Okay.
Which may mean he's not quite dead yet.
No, he's not.
Probably not the happiest that he's ever been in his life.
He's at -9 right now.
And I'm gonna pop you out, and I'm gonna pop you out. I had to get these done. That was a lot of my prep for today, was just to make sure I had this ready, and to make sure I had ba-ba-do that ready. Bakken's faster than a lot of people. Okay.
I get arrow catch next level. Mother F.
14 from him.
I
13
could have
from
taken
Jules.
it this level, but I took something else.
And
More important. Or I thought
boom.
was more important.
Rest off is more important. And top of the initiative then is Kato.
I can't see anything. What the F am I
Into
supposed
the
to
darkness like a true hero, dude.
Out of
All
the
right, I'm
out of the darkness,
charging into the
arrows start
darkness.
flying. Once you get where here is, you lose line of sight.
I lose what? Sorry?
You are effectively blind.
If I move into that area?
Yeah, I think I might. Let me change the color of that aura.
Yeah,
There
'cause
you
I don't
go.
actually see it. I don't think you're sharing.
Still don't
Ah.
see anything.
That's weird. You should definitely be able to see that. Now you can see it. Bam.
Nope.
No.
What? You
The
lied.
fog of war, I think, is covering it, maybe.
No, you guys are definitely you have it in your line of sight. I'll say it's 1, 2, 3. It's 20 feet in front of Kato.
Yeah, no, there's absolutely. I can see the squares, but there's nothing there.
Strange.
Interesting. Okay, well, I'm gonna pretend that I see an aura.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Now you definitely see it.
Nope.
Damn it. That's weird. You should definitely aura 1.
Oh, there it
on
is.
C.
There it
Hey.
I see a teal aura now.
Yeah, I changed it to teal because I thought that would stand out a little better. That is treated
Okay.
as darkness.
Oh. And if I go into it, I can't see
You would be blind, yeah.
nothing.
Mhm.
Completely blind. I'm gonna take a 5-foot step forward here,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna be like, can anyone see where the attackers are coming from? I can't see anything.
You can make a
Working on
perception
it.
check.
Can I make perception?
Yeah.
All right.
Opposed by a pair of stealth checks at whoop, boom, bam, and they're at a
Oof.
minus 20 from sniping, which means they're bad. Yeah, no, you can't see them because they're outside of the range of anybody's sun rods or torches or anything. But one of them came from this direction. One of them came from this direction.
Yet the darkness cloud is over here.
Right.
Hmm.
And the sound of the horses screaming is over that way.
Right.
Are they really gonna just mow down our horses? Seems rather
Well,
rude.
that was-
Spiteful.
That
Seems
was
spiteful.
one. That was a 1, 2, 3. What you said? You said D5'd it.
Mm-hmm.
How does that?
I just type /R1D5.
Oh, I got you because there's 5 horses.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, then I'm not gonna 5-foot step because I didn't realize I could make perception there. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna like, okay. So I know that the general area the arrows are coming from. Then
Mm-hmm.
that's a little different. All right. Then I will. Oh boy. I'm just gonna scream out like, archers on both sides. Fan out. And I'm going to move 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then I'm going to use the total defense action.
Okay. this horse here is going to try to escape into the anywhere but where it's at right now, and that would provoke an attack of opportunity from the horse's assailant.
So rude.
And boom!
Super rude.
And boom! 18 points of damage, which should be enough to take it down.
He attacked another horse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sound again is not unlike a enormous chain slamming into something. The horse screams and drops. And Ionia.
I'm figuring out some of my new stuff. Can Arcturus go and then me?
Sure. And Arcturus.
I cast invisibility on myself.
All right, duly noted.
And I move. So where the headstone is lit, right? So kind of where we're all standing is illuminated.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna move because that darkness is kind of concerning. I'm gonna move. Actually, I won't move that far. I'll go like here.
I'm going to put a little icon for my buff.
And that'll do it.
Alrighty, Ionia, you ready?
Oh, is that a baddie after me? Okay, I'm just trying to math real quick. Give me one more sec. Okay. I do not know what my new implement is yet. It's an illusion implement. I'll figure out what, like, from a role play perspective, what exactly it looks like. Okay. But I can give an item to Minoru and have him deliver it, right?
I believe so.
That's a trick. I think you can.
Okay. So I'm gonna give the new implement to Minoru, and I'm gonna have him deliver that to Kato. And Kato, you gain. I have 5 points invested in this implement. So that's what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then an additional 5% for every 2 occultist level. Am I understanding that right?
That's what this
I believe
is.
so.
So that's 40%. 40% mischance, Kato. On attacks against you.
Nice.
Wow, nice. Thank you, doggo.
Bork.
Yeah, it's a standard action to activate that.
Sure. Well, I'm in
but,
total defense this turn, so I'm in pretty good shape. But next turn, that'll be super helpful when my total defense wears off.
Yeah. I thought you would like that. And would giving that, could I activate it and then give it to Minoru as my action? Or is that a little cheesy?
I believe what happens is you activate it, and then since Minoru can deliver effects, he puts it on somebody else. So you've used your standard action, and like Minoru's used a move action, basically.
Okay, so I can do that. I can use my action to activate it, and then Minoru use his movement to bring it over.
Yeah. So Minoru could still attack or make a perception check. You could move.
I wouldn't activate it though.
Oh, you want to activate it?
I wouldn't activate it this turn because, like I said, I've already basically made myself crit or miss.
Oh, does this just last for a turn?
It's until the next. It's until the next. It.
Oh,
causes
my bad.
the next attack. Yeah.
Okay. Never mind then. Scratch that. I'm going to then make a perception for my turn instead of activating that.
Okay. So there's no distortion on Kato.
I have it, but it's not turned on.
Okay.
Let me just find my shit here. Okay, do I see anybody?
You don't see anything outside of the range of the light. It's pretty clear that this is some kind of ambush, and whatever's ambushed you has the ability to see in the dark. And also, you guys are putting off light, so they could just fire into it. There is a shadow moving towards you. The horses are screaming, and something big is hitting them, which probably implies the escape route has been cut off.
Shadow moving towards me from which direction?
Oh, that red square.
Oh, from the red square.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to get behind Kalira.
What are you doing? Go fight witch stuff. Spell it.
No, I'm just gonna get behind you, thanks. And then Minoru can use his perception as well, right?
Yeah. So Minoru is a little better off at things with the special senses. I'm going to roll a quick d4. I'm going to make it a d8. With 1 being north. So the wind is presently blowing like this. Minoru can pick up something that smells like not quite a human, not quite an ape, that hasn't washed the blood, sweat, or grossness off itself for its entire life, somewhere mixed in with the smell of the horses, as well as like if Kato were to keep moving in a straight line the direction he went, like this way, he would run into somebody who's hiding up there. There's also like the shadow smells wrong too. The shadow smells like as if it were a little more solid than it should be.
And he communicates this in the series of borks.
Or a series of like turns towards here, smells something, growls, turns towards over here.
Well, if I counted correctly, I think he has 5 feet of movement left, so he's just gonna come here.
Alrighty. And that's all for you then?
Yeah.
Alrighty, if everyone can make a perception check.
Yes.
Oof.
Rolling 16s and 17s,
Oh, wait, that's
and I'm getting
profession.
beat
Hold
up. Profession.
I gotta
Wrong
go back
button.
to work.
Profession, nothing, too.
Wrong button.
Profession Black Stag.
I feel like my rolls are representing my RP right now. These low ass skill checks.
Yeah, that's about right. Okay, so
Your keen senses ain't so keen right now, drunkie.
pointy ears don't matter at the moment, and that's all well and good and noted, and that's a secret that we'll hold on to for later. Meanwhile,
Dang it.
Dang it.
Even
Let
the
me
26 ain't cutting it, huh?
5, 10, 15,
It's pretty
20,
crazy.
25, 30, 35. Hold on. I decided to take the token and make the token. I'll do this. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
This is magical darkness, you said, right?
Yes. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Considering it's moving.
And the light level inside the red square has dropped by 1 step. So the torchlight is putting out, like, at very best, like, dim shadows as the shadow just kind of slowly overwhelms you. And if I can get perception checks again.
Boy. Roll better, guys, because there's no way I'm passing these.
Ooh.
I suppose I should also.
Ooh. See, I rolled almost a 20 and you still beat me with a 13. This is so depressing now.
Wisdom is
Wait, are we?
important.
Did you say passive perception or just regular perception?
Just you're regular. You're rolling for it. It also dawns on me that I should roll for.
I don't know if this matters, but I also have dark vision.
Oh, fair enough. That I did not know. So you are able to see inside of it, but you can't quite. As the shadow envelops Ionia and Bakken as well, just everyone be on your guard! Shadow Dancer! As he draws his sword. Well, the sword's been out. Never mind, I shouldn't say that. Towards the, like, center of the darkness, it seems to, like, coalesce into a humanoid form and then go away, and then coalesce in another step and then go away. And it passes to Jubilos. Kato, what do you want me to do?
Kingy.
What are you good
I
at?
thought,
Like, what
I thought
can
it was I thought it was Baken's turn.
Did I say Jubilos?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant Bakken. My bad. Too many people.
You did Baken's voice though, so
Yeah.
We are Legion, for we are now one. We are one entity.
No.
And then it is I, Swoopskin. I have come
like-
to.
I like Bakken. I don't like Jubilas, so please don't fuse them.
I am Bakalost. Fusion, ha!
like that Voyager episode.
Oh,
God.
Oh God, no, he's not Tuvix.
Please
Get
don't
out of here
do
with that. Tuvix did nothing wrong. They killed him. I digress. Bakken indeed is my lord. What do you want me to do?
Shadow Dancer, you called it. Can we stop it?
We can
kill it?
certainly try.
How would you gauge our chances here?
On a scale of 1 to absolutely fucked, probably like a 7.5. I don't know. If any of you have the ability to make it really bright, really fast, that would certainly help.
I could smile.
Dazzling display.
Different kind of dazzle.
Kill me now.
Fortunately for everyone, I brushed my teeth this morning, so... and then just everything lights up. If there are no ideas...
That's gonna fall to our spellcasters here if we can
I can cast light,
banish
so
the darkness.
It's not a thing that I do.
I
but
can
that's what we
cast
have our
light, but
force for.
I was more concerned with making myself invisible.
Priorities, y'all.
That's reasonable. Till then, the best we can do is just hope for the best. And, Kato can't...
I just want to point out, Artoris's first move is protect himself. Ionia's first move is protect her king. Just saying.
Oh, it's noted.
Kato feels a smaller than himself form go back to back with him. May the gods be on our side, friend.
Is that
Like to
Bakken?
throw a bomb or something. Just throw a bomb in the darkness. Jeez, why didn't you just tell him that?
Oh yeah, we have explosive. Yeah, if we set him on fire, we'd be able to see him, right?
Certainly he will probably scream out in pain.
Well, there are some options. It's not my turn though, unless it is my turn.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4.
But I think
5,
Jubilas and
6.
Senya go before me again. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna roll jeez, I don't even know. 1d81. And Bakken draws a bomb and hurls it. And it explodes and nothing happens. There's a bit of illumination from the fire. And he makes a really bad battleship joke and Kalira.
Valiant. A good
Man.
try, friend. A good try.
Okay,
Timely.
so I have a couple of questions.
Okay.
DM questions. One. Does going into a rage make me less drunk?
It would raise your constitution.
Okay. 2. What does being drunk do to me, if anything?
Would you like make a fortitude save? A+ for policing yourself.
Self-policing is the best kind of policing.
Guess I'm gonna rage first and then do it. Hold on for a second.
That's fair.
So to be clear, mechanically, if I try and cast light on you now that you're rage, you roll a will.
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
just don't cast Unclear. Like if we've learned anything over the past months, don't cast Magic Unclear.
You may have a very viable target to cast Light on soon. Just gonna put that out there without.
It's a touch-based spell.
So
Okay. That's fine. You're very close to the just hold on. Hold till the end of all of our combat rounds are done.
27.
Kalira, you sober up real fast.
So Kalira rages, and a bit of clarity comes to her. Now, my other question: what mechanical advantages does holding a dragon head afford me?
Probably nothing.
All right. So she drops the dragon head.
You could throw it into the darkness, and you hear a thump. You'll know where to swing.
Drops the dragon head, and she starts like scratching at her left arm. She's got magic everywhere, always magic, and she draws Death 12 Fey, and I guess we'll try it. Just try to dispel the darkness with her Sunder attack.
Sure, make it so. I don't think I've ever seen this rage power hit
Attacks
the
the
Literally attacking the darkness.
Strike at the night.
She's become an anime character.
All right. I can't control my left arm.
Spell, Sunder, Rage
Oh,
power.
I pinged it in there for you.
Beautiful. Okay, by succeeding in a combat maneuver check for any effect other than on a creature, the barbarian must make a combat maneuver at 15 plus the caster level. All right, roll the sun.
So it's 30.
Do you want to flavor that kill? I don't know how to feel.
I guess people all just kind of look at Kalira like she's crazy. She just swings her sword at the air, and then it just gets brighter. There! Now, I don't know where you are, spellcaster, mage, whatever you are, but I'm coming to kill you.
Oh,
There you are.
Yeah, indeed. As you cut the air, and the darkness somehow dissipates. That's hilarious. Never have I ever seen that pan out, but it did work. Standing in what would probably be the center is a hooded figure with pale skin and pale eyes with a kukri drawn, who's been just kind of casually strolling up towards Kato.
So I'll just get in his face, and my turn.
Fair enough. And Jubilash just, my God, she's gone from killing dragons to killing magic. How wonderful is that? 20, 25, 30. He takes a move action and begins a bardic performance. Perlavash, go get help. And Perlavash flies off the battlefield. Sienia.
All right. Let's see, what totem should I summon?
Yeah, she was gonna do night vision, but that's kind of
That's out the window.
no longer necessary. You should, as a swift action, enter your Archon stance.
So I guess I'm gonna do that first.
Or Archon style, I mean.
But I also have this.
Okay, fair enough.
So that's my swift action, and then I'm gonna go into my trance, and I haven't exactly learned all of them yet, so give me a sec.
Of course.
There's so many totems. How?
Yes, Achilles. Okay, I had that about right.
That one's good.
Alright, so I'm gonna use this.
Ooh, neato. Many a totem. Okay, anything else from you?
And can I charge that guy over there?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. I'm gonna like charge over here within my Rancer's and take a swing.
Hokidoki.
He's not human, is he?
He is a knowledge to planes check.
A knowledge what now?
She has favorite enemy, human.
Native outsider would be the favorite enemy you're looking for here.
Okay.
So no favored.
Okay. And I'm gonna do power attack.
Okie dokie. And that's 17 piercing damage.
Yeah, ignore the second. So, oh yeah, because now she's at base attack bonus 6. It's going to do 2 attacks with the macro. So we'll need to...
Sure. Moving a standard, not a full attack. Understands it. Senia runs up and stabs at the thing, and he turns and, like, in the light, the man's eyes glow almost like a cat's. Like, just like solid golden orbs, and there's almost a hiss as the Senia's Rancer stabs in, and the blood that comes out is like translucent and wispy and not quite sure what it is. Anything else from Senia?
And that's it.
Alrighty. And spellcraft check if you've got it.
Is the darkness returning?
Yes, there's you guys see a little tiny pebble dropped from the sky. About like, as the pebble falls like 6 inches or so, and then seems to eat the light and then contact the ground next to the person that Senia just stabbed, as very clearly someone cast darkness on something and then dropped it. And if I could get perception checks from everybody again.
From everybody, you said?
Yeah, whole squad.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Boom. Okay, those are good rolls that will help us later. Horses try to break out of things, can't quite figure out how it works. And... I think...
Who the frick is killing our horses?
Why not just come kill us? Why do you have to kill the horses?
I think...
Yeah, that's rude.
What are you gonna do, buddy? How's your... Yeah, you're not the brightest.
Oh, it's a creature.
I think we're gonna just keep swinging real big. This time we're gonna full attack, because now it's our actual turn.
Vengeance.
The Troll King has come, and he is super angry. Attack a horse, 25 to hit.
He fell off a horse when he was a kid, so now he's exacting his revenge on all horses.
4.
Hey, we're here to assassinate this king, dude. He's just over there going to town on the horses.
No, this is first. What are you talking about with the craziness?
All right, that's another rip. That's another horse rip.
D6 plus the mod is
The
there.
goddamn glue factory out here.
22 damage, 21 damage. Oof. Big oof. And then we're gonna do this.
They're still not dead. I mean, these are new horses he's hitting, right?
Yeah.
Or is he wailing on the unconscious horses?
Nice. 4 horses have dropped.
Okay.
Boom, boom, and...
Oh, God.
Kato, you're on again.
Since he was here and I saw him get, like, poked here, is he... When the darkness reappeared, did he completely vanish?
For the purposes of someone who can't see inside it, yes. But, like, you know the square he's in. In the game
Right,
of
that's-
Battleship, you could swing.
Right, so, like, I would be able to, like, hedge a guess on where he would be.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to hedge that bet. Do I take any, like, penalty on my... How does this work? Because I'm attacking, like, an area, right?
Yes.
That I assume he's in.
Mm-hmm. And it's a 50% miss chance.
Oh, lovely. Well...
And then, of course, Kato would need to, like, move to...
Right, that's what I'm saying. So, like, the 50% miss chance is then in addition to needing to beat his AC?
Yeah.
So,
if you didn't meet the miss chance, you swing at the square where he is, but you don't contact him in the 5-foot box.
Gotcha. Okay. There's still archers out there.
Let the barbarians deal with this guy. Go find the archer.
I am kind of Speedy Gonzalez. It'd be nice if I got a haste, but you know.
I can actually cast that from invisibility because it's not an attack. It's kind of
Yep.
cool.
It's super dope.
So I'm
I'll get rid
gonna
of what I just did.
move. All right, so I'm just gonna piece out of the darkness here.
Okay.
And then I will. God, I can hardly freaking see.
I was gonna fire off a bless this turn, but I guess you're not getting it.
I'll go back into total defense.
Okay.
For my standard.
Understood. I'm gonna roll an arbitrary d20. 1d, maybe the horse stabilizes. Oh, the horse stabilizes. Never mind. It's not arbitrary when it works. Arcturus is up.
Was that Grom? Was that
No.
just generic horse?
That was generic horse number 5. That was.
Alright, sweet.
Sweet.
How do I want to do this?
How do you want to
Why do you gotta hate for Grom like that?
Like I don't actually know that my light spell will counteract this at all. You could just eat the light spell.
Bakken did scream out. Can anyone make a big flash of light?
He is our magister.
He's our magister, our educated one.
Alright, here's what I'm gonna do then.
Wait, couldn't he spellcraft to know if that would work?
Arcturus, yeah, he could.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, you're a blood priest.
Hey, good
Indeed.
roll.
So, when you cast, let me bring up the light cantrip and make sure I have it correct. So presently, the inside the blue square is darkness.
Right.
When you cast light, it causes an object to it'll shed normal light in a 20-foot radius and then dim light out farther. You can use it to counter or dispel spells of equal spell level, but in that case you'd be looking for something more like daylight, searing light, something like that. Rather, you would just you'd cast light, you'd throw the light in, and it would cause bits of it to dissipate.
Sorry, we're losing you, Tommy.
Pip all over everything. It would work.
Okay, so what you were saying, that if I gathered it correctly, it wouldn't counter the spell, but whoever I put it on would be able to, basically.
It's like that game you played in elementary school where you'd put your hand on top of someone's hand, then they'd put their hand on top of yours, and you'd keep going.
Oh, okay.
Right? It's like
Okay,
that.
all right.
Alternatively,
So I could put light down, and then they could put another darkness on top of that if they were so inclined.
right.
Okay, got it. All right, so what I will do is...
But it might be long enough. Might be up long enough to kill him.
I mean,
I'm
can
gonna
he put light on something and then throw it? Is that a
I
thing?
could, yeah.
You could just put it on. You could 5 foot
I don't
steps
trust
then,
it.
yeah.
I'm going to throw it, and it's going to go 2 feet. So
So
I'm going to go 10 feet here and use light on... so ignore the hand grabbing you from the darkness. It's a good one.
It's a good one, he says.
And then
getting goosed.
since
Off that
that
deal.
might give away my location, I'm going to then do 10 more feet over here so archers don't know that there's someone over there casting light.
Okay. And everyone sees the aura I put on Senia, yes?
Yep.
Got it.
It's so golden.
Shiny golden god. All right, I think it goes to Ionia.
Is knowledge like a free thing I can do?
Yeah.
You said knowledge nature to know about this thing?
The planes.
Knowledge planes.
And there it is. The assassin standing in the shadow is what is known as a Kaal. You may know them more commonly as a fetchling. a long time ago, when Earthfall happened, some Aslanti escaped the destruction of Earthfall at the behest of a powerful creature that lived in the plane of shadow by taking a enclave of them to live on the plane of shadow. Over time, the plane itself corrupted the human blood of them. This is a human who is, I won't say quasi-incorporeal, that's not a good way to put it, but they are almost of shadow. A tiefling is to demon as this thing is shadows. As long as
they look awesome.
They do. And as long as they're standing in dim light, there's a 50% mischance on them, even if you can see them.
Yeah, that's the 50% mischance.
The 50% mischance when you were attacking was from you are blinded, here's a square, play battleship.
Would being able to see low light counteract?
It does not. Their form kind of merges with shadows around them.
I see.
Okay.
So for gameplay purposes, is that a humanoid or?
For typing, they are native outsiders. Technically, yes, they are as humanoid as anybody else is, but there's enough things have changed around in their anatomy that a ranger's favorite enemy is different.
Okay, so for Bane weapon, it would be outsider.
Yes.
Okay.
And
that's what that orange.
Oh, did Arcturus get his Bane weapon ability thing? Or his...
I forget.
Okay, so we have light now on the fetchling, right?
We have light on Senia. Where yellow and blue makes green, there's dim light.
Dim light?
Yeah. So low light vision is good. Kalira can see just fine.
Okay. I will shout to the party. It's a fletchling. Try to brighten the area around it, and something is taking out our horses, right?
Yeah.
And out here is just regular dark.
Uh-huh.
So I can see out there to an extent.
Out to 60 feet. So let me about to there. You can't see where the horses are. You can't see the horses, but you can hear them screaming and trying to get away.
Okay.
Maybe that's the way I should have went. Rip. Bad decision making.
You did go charging into the darkness like a hero.
Well, that's where the arrow hit me from. The direction the arrow that hit me came from.
Okay. So from here, I still can't see anything over there, right?
Right.
Okay. I'm going to cast Note of Blasting on one of my crossbow bolts.
Okay.
And
I wish that was as cool as it sounded.
It's gonna melt his brain.
I know, but we all know what we want it to do.
Right.
Minoru has dark vision too, right? No.
Minoru's got low light and scent. So if Minoru stumbles on, actually Minoru there can probably, if Minoru was a little smarter, he could make a knowledge check. He's definitely close enough to smell the grossness. It's actually probably almost overwhelming for him.
By the grossness. Oh. So they stink. That could be anything. Could be mites. It's the revenge of the mites.
The mites have come back.
Okay, so I guess he's just gonna go there.
Told you we couldn't trust him.
I'll tell him to sniff him out or something. Go get him.
I think it's a relative of that ogre that we fought at this fort that killed Keston.
Nah, dude, this is the mites. They're trying to take over.
It's not the mites.
They're creatures of the darkness.
Oh, he can take a double movement because he can't attack anything. But I can't see the grid, so if you want to move him an additional 40 feet, 55 actually, so he could actually move a little further than that for his first movement.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want to move him closer, do you want me to roll perception for a sniffer to locate
No, he can automatically pick it up at his distance. Do you want to just run him towards the threat?
Yeah, run him towards the threat.
Okay.
And I guess he can't attack the threat, so just, get close to it.
With 55 feet more movement?
55, yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35,
I wish they
40.
were mites, man. This sword can mess up some mites, boy.
Yeah, it could too. Alrighty, so as Minoru goes borking and running, you all hear horse tasty, like dog better.
Ominous.
Oh boy.
Anything else?
Bye, Minoru.
Another hero. Charging into the darkness.
Charging into the darkness.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to save Grom, guys.
I know.
No. Good job.
I appreciate your efforts.
We need to kill this darkness dude and then go save our horses. And I need to
It's still
find.
unclear as to whether he cast darkness again or someone cast it on him.
You would be somebody like above him cast darkness and then dropped something that
Okay,
had
so
darkness
there's
cast
something
on
flying around here.
Jeez.
it. Alrighty, that works for
I
me.
almost took sea invisibility too.
Ooh, I did not like that arrow pointing at me.
Oh, speaking of arrows pointed at you. Boom.
Here it comes.
3, 2, 1, break. I don't know why I said that. But that was a weird thing for me to say. Boom. No, I got that wrong. Boom, boom. 26 to hit Ionia.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure that's gonna hit.
Alrighty. And it's, there it is. Okay, cool.
45 damage.
Plus this.
Come on, man. Let's not even joke about that.
Oh god, I rolled the wrong thing. I rolled a d20. Pretend that didn't happen. That was a strange, thing for me to say.
That didn't happen.
Only
Oh.
15. Only 15.
Only.
The arrow contacts Ionia's, like, where neck becomes shoulders.
Ouch!
And there's no point in rolling the
Very
perception check.
believable.
That might almost be just outside the dark vision, but everyone knows the arrow came from this way, judging by basically the pointer that's stuck in Ionia. Meanwhile, shadow dancing. Okie dokie. It's been a little while since I played Shadow Dancer. What do I? I'm spooped. There's a barbarians. Barbarians are ouchy for me. I think we probably just take us a heckin' withdraw action, don't we? Yeah, probably. Take the withdraw action, so the first 5 feet of movement does not provoke an attack of opportunity. 10, 15, 20, 30, and running off into the shadows goes the fetchling, and they go poof. And
Well then.
I will draw another darkness shape. Yes, Achilles. You were a very loud boy today. Actually, I had an email come down earlier last week for another patron group that wants me to run them. And they're just like, we really love listening to you and your cat. And that felt amazing. People like my cat. Oh my gosh. And that needs to be on the token layer.
He's a very charismatic cat, to be fair.
He's the beautiful, beautiful heckin' boy. And it's Bakin's turn. Bakin will go pursuing 10, 15, 25, 30. What, little one? You want to come sit with me? Are you Bakin? Perlavash comes back with help. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. He's going to do what he can. And a horse, of course, is rolling to stabilize. And fails miserably. Kalira.
Cal will, I guess, what's it called? Hold her turn until after Senia.
Okie dokie.
So you're like, Senia, you light the way. Come on, I'll come behind you.
Yeah, Jubilost is just as blind as everyone else, so he just continues rambling on. Look at these cowards go, fleeing in the dark! I'm terrified for my life, but... And just kind of continues spouting on things to debuff them, and it's on Senia. And Clara wants to go after her now.
So, okay, so definitely know the arrow came, like, at Ionia, at, like, from the southeast, yeah?
Don't worry about me. Go help Grum and Minoru.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to. You're the light. You need to lead the charge over to the horses.
All right, I'm gonna lead the charge over to the horses then.
Okay.
I don't know how far I can charge. I can't really see
Well,
much.
you'll move your full movement,
And
I assume.
here,
So-
what I should do is, yeah, you are emitting light as if you were the torchlight. So the board will illuminate as you go.
I don't know how far that was,
That was
and
20. Oh wait, 5, 10. Sorry. Yeah, I think that was 20.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 20.
So you get 2 more diagonals.
Real quick, the fetchlings in dim lighting, they have the 50% dodge chance
Yes.
against attacks. Is that only weapon attacks, or does that include spells?
That would include anything that would target him. So not
Anything.
like
anything
fireball, but scorching ray, yes,
Okay.
or barbed chains,
Or inflict pain.
or that.
Okay.
do I? Is that all I can do as far as moving, or can I move again?
You could double move, yeah.
So I'll do.
Yep.
No.
Oh, you are the.
What if I move like? Okay, one.
You're gonna move out of every. You're just gonna basically run out of the. Yeah, now the group won't even know where you are.
Yeah, we can see the light.
You can definitely
Oh.
see. Just there's an intervening darkness, and then Senia
Gotcha.
shines.
Okay.
So that was 3 5s. Yes.
That's 15.
This way. Is that far enough?
It's far enough that you can definitely see the. You can't see the assailant, but you can see some horses. Go ahead and make a perception check for me. Okay.
Yeah, natural 20.
Dokie. Remind me, do you just have humans as your favorite enemy? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's the horses. This last horse is the only one still standing, and it is frantically trying to pull itself free of whatever it's hitched to, more or less. This horse is on the ground, not moving. There's another horse. There's a dynamic lighting line where the right here is the fence around the graveyard, basically.
Mhm.
You're not sure what it was, but something big with some kind of bludgeoning instrument that doesn't put pressure at one solid point, almost like it was a big whip or a giant chain or something, has just beaten the horses to a pulp. You can still hear, actually it can see you. You can't see it, but it can see you, and it turns just I eat much, I won. 2 4, so horses, dog, then human. You're next, little one.
Oh boy.
And I think Kalira wanted to accompany.
Yeah. Clear would be say, damn it, Senia, we were supposed to. Fine. Just follow her.
Alrighty.
Just put me.
And the half elf with dark vision can see the creature tower is about 14 feet tall. There's a giant bald spot in the middle of their head, carrying mechanically a large spiked chain, but for them just a really big ass length of chain that they are swinging. It's a knowledge nature check.
Okay.
It's an ogre.
I knew it.
Well,
This-
that was Senia, but yeah, I did 23, so.
Good enough. You're both good enough. Presently, Kalira can see it's standing over top of Grom, and Grom doesn't look very good. It's like it was going to lean down to try to rip a piece of meat off Grom and begin to gorge itself, as ogres are wont to do. Then here comes Minoru around the corner, and like dog better. We'll go chasing dog.
Clear shout out. We have an Olga.
We
Like a
have
real
more
one.
food for me. Oh, good.
Like a real one this time, I think.
And a big one, much bigger, much you wouldn't necessarily say much smarter, but a little more advanced than the average ogre. Probably some kind of like tribal matriarch or something. Both of you assume that the assassins probably slipped it a little bit of gold and the promise of an all-you-can-eat buffet, basically. And that's all they needed.
Where is it?
I will... There's a dynamic lighting line, but it's over there. 40 odd feet away from you. And
So just beyond the horses. Okay.
pretty much. And your turn. What do I do with you? I think I'm gonna just go ahead and Kato stealth check, or Kato perception check rather.
Perception. The thing I've been rolling like shit all day.
I didn't roll the best either. Okay, so does Kato have uncanny dodge or anything like that?
Uncanny dodge, no.
So this will, you are unaware of your attacker as they fire, and so it targets your flat-footed, but I don't think a 13 gets there.
Lol.
An arrow sticks into your armor. You're
I
very
imagine Kato yelling that out.
probably came from that
Dude,
way.
that missed by such a degree. It didn't even hit the armor. It went like hit a tree like 10 feet over. What a joke.
And off run. You hear the sounds of somebody running this way. You can't see them because they're in darkness, but they're running to your south. Are you a living horse? Do you want to? No, that's Grom. All right, Grom, you gonna stabilize? No. Grom ticks down one more hit point. And then it's the ogre's turn. I guess I'll go ahead and put you on the token layer.
So did I perceive anything with that perception or no?
No. You're aware that someone shot you from... Because the stealth check has such a penalty on it after they fire.
Do I know a direction that the arrow came from?
From this way, they're moving this way. And we're gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I think my speed is 40, isn't it? Nope, only 30. I'm a slowpoke. Is that in my first range increment? No, so he'll just... No and no. Sure, why not? First I kill a horse, come back for later. And boom, 33 to hit a horse. For
Clubbing this fucking
Jesus.
horses.
24 points of
Oh my
bludgeoning.
god!
You know, I'm not one for strategy, but I think saying what you're going to do before... You know what? Fine. Just...
Don't tell me what to do, human! And Kato.
Oh, he called me human.
We just lost all our...
He's not smart enough to realize that he's not making perceptions over your disguise.
Alright, can I catch this little turd? Or should I come help you guys with the ogre?
It's a great question.
I feel like this guy, I could like sprint into the darkness, but then I don't know what I'm gonna run across, you know?
Pretty
Can
much.
you even see?
Or I could full... So I'm looking at the sheet here. If I do a full run for my entire turn, that's 4 times my movement?
But must be in a straight line, and that's a full round action.
Right, okay. So I could get to you guys just barely if I wanted to call off my chase of this archer, which I think I might want to do. Because I'm 30, so I would get 120, which is... I don't know if this measure thing is accurate on this board.
It should be, yeah. I don't know why you get a 0.8. That's weird. Do I?
Yeah, it's like because of... it's weird. Oh, it's because where I started it. Because I think I have to start it at the corner. Because I'm measuring corner to corner or something. Or...
Well,
Maybe
regardless,
it's rounding.
120
Yeah, so
will
like-
get you there.
This is my spot. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can't see this guy. He's running off in the distance. I'm like, this is a cat and mouse chase, and I feel like I'm the mouse here.
What?
Get it? Because I'm trying to. Anyway,
Hey, good man.
this is an effort in futility. I need to regroup, form a new plan. We're too spread out, and I can see the glimmer of light over in the distance where Senya is. I'm like, that's probably my best chances. I'm too isolated now, so I'm just gonna say, screw you, Archer. And whoop.
Got him.
Got him! And there's enough light coming in. I might just... Can I remove that layer of dynamic lighting without... No, I would take out the whole thing, wouldn't I? Yeah, I would. You definitely can see an ogre about... about 30 feet away from you. You're the one they want to kill! I get to eat you! Good, good! Swinging chain. And...
You're uglier than that other one we fought
Gee,
a
thanks!
year ago.
And...
This is some high school
I
shit.
love Tommy and Pieces.
Middle school.
Arcturus, you are still invisible. Arcturus will be
yeah.
the only one who survives the encounter.
I'm going to go ahead and cast Expeditious Retreat on myself.
Sure.
And move 50 feet.
Expeditious retreat.
And that'll do it.
Alrighty, Iodia.
Who is now the one all isolated.
She's got a Jubilost.
That's true.
Well. I move so fast. Can I see anything?
Can you? Ha-boom, ha-bang, ha-boom. Those are
You have
words.
night vision.
You can see just barely outside of the range of your dark vision. A bit of like a ship's anchor is being swung by some kind of big something, and you've heard them, I'm gonna eat you, this whole time. You might, Minoru, whoops. I don't have the ruler selected. You can see Minoru. Minoru is running and borking. You cannot see any of the archers. And you can see everybody who's lit up, obviously. Lit AF. I know Achilles. It's going to get lit. Okay.
Okay, well, protect myself a little bit since I gave all of my other means of protection to Kato. And, oh god, I don't want to send Minoru in there, but he's gonna go because that's what he does.
There's nothing saying Ionia can't be like, here boy, don't die.
Yeah, is this a wall here
Yeah.
that he's going around and everybody else is just kind of like...
It's about
behind, I
like
guess?
5 or 6 foot worth of stone wall. So you
Okay.
can see the ogre because you can see the top half of him over top of it.
Okay, I'm gonna tell Minoru to go protect Kato.
Okay.
And again, if you want to move him, I can't
Bork
quite...
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. His move speed is 55. He can get there in a single move action.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Right there. And I guess that's what we're doing.
Okie dokie. Everybody make a perception check for me.
Perception. Oh yeah.
Oh, Kato.
Cool, Senya.
Stop wasting your
20s.
stop wasting your 20s.
Cha-cha. That might not be a waste. Ooh, unfortunate. So, that's a secret that will help us for later. And now I need to make a perception check for Bakken.
When the natural 20 doesn't work.
I rolled real good too, though.
I know.
She got close. She was close. Perception from Bakken Eldori. Oh, Bakken.
Oh, Bakken.
Oh, Bakken. Oh, Mr. Baki boy.
It's hard to see when you're so short.
Yeah, fair enough. And over his flat-footed would get there. You guys hear Bakken cry out as he takes some damage. I just gotta grab it real quick. There we go.
1 point of damage.
Just one. That's all.
12 gets over his flat-footed. What a wimp.
And boom, bam. And then that means I resolve. And Bakken gets another perception check at my stealth, now much, much lower. Because I use sniping rules for my shadow dancers, because otherwise you never find them. Putting a -20 on his stealth check after seems more than reasonable. Bam. Well, I mean, maybe.
Bakken is just
The darkness.
not feeling it.
The darkness goes over here.
I mean, he went like chasing after the thing to finish it off, and we were all like, "Bye, we're gonna go fight the ogre." Now he's alone against.
I mean, with the way he handled me in our sparring matches, I'm sure he's.
It's
quite
almost
capable.
like both of you have really bad flat-footed armor classes because you're dex-based.
Except I've been building to hedge against that the last few levels, so it's not quite so
He's
atrocious.
an old
anymore.
goblin, dude. Leave him alone.
I know. He's got a
Well,
min-max.
good news is if
sheet
he
a little
dies
better.
right now, we don't have to pay him. So.
Huh?
He was agreeing to work for free.
That's
Oh.
true.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah,
Bakken
Bakken is
said
just
we wanna
really
die.
a treasure.
Attack
We
the
don't-
other
We
one.
don't deserve Bakken.
Yeah, we need to let Jubilos take these heads.
Wait for me, you cowards! Oh, my stars, you are the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh, little gnome, hello, little one. Eat you last, small appetizer. I can smell you from here. Did you bathe yesterday? My, you smell amazing. What'd you say to me? And the ogre gets real infuriated. Senia,
Yesterday, because you
That's
saw
funny.
flowers and roses and rosemary and what else smells good in this setting? And Cato, you smell as good as my liege lord. My gods, kill you first. After 5, kill you 6th.
Out of character, was that cutting words?
No, it's his bard archetype gets a I have the wrong sheet open. Basically, instead of inspired courage, he gets a performance that debuffs people.
Oh,
He did
gotcha.
the same thing to the dragon.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's Jubilost who is the real troll. Anyway, Senia, you are on.
Yes. So
5, 10, 15.
So I'm gonna take a 5-foot step back behind Kalir there, and then I'm gonna use my move action to activate my Archon style to protect adjacent allies, which is Kalira and Spaghetti Boy.
Kalira and Spaghetti. And speaking of Kalira,
This is stupid. I could have killed that stupid
Wait,
gray
hold
guy.
on. I'm sorry. I guess I'm done.
I'm sorry, was there more? I saw a move in a standard,
no, that's she took a 5-foot step.
which is a move action.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So unless like if Senia has a swift action, she could use it. I'm not sure if she does or not.
Oh, does a 5-foot step prevents you from moving, but does it burn action? Does it prevent you from using actions that would use a move action? I
Yeah,
guess
it
doesn't.
counts as your move action. It's
Oh.
just a free 5 feet that you can do without provoking attacks of
Okay,
opportunity.
then you're done.
Okay,
You're done.
yeah, I'm done.
Hockey dokie. Alright, Clear.
Alright, and he's just like, now I have to fight this stupid. I wanted to kill the man. Hey, stupid, come here. I'll kill you. Kill you where you stand. Well, not where you stand, but if you stand right here, I will definitely kill you. And she hold can I hold my full attack action? Is that possible?
You can ready one attack.
I just ready one attack. Okay, so she'll ready a power attack if something comes within range of her.
Alrighty. Works for me. Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
At the Hall of Justice.
5, 10. And doop boop. Speaking of things coming next to you. Gonna take a double move. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Swinging an enormous chain, the ogre enters the graveyard. It probably contacts somebody's headstone as it does so with this chain and just like obliterates it. Almost the ogre doesn't seem to notice. It's just, look at all the food for me. Oh, they didn't even have to pay me. I get to eat human and gnome and dog. Oh, hello, dog. Oh, dog is good. And Kato.
My turn?
Yep.
Wait, so he didn't move?
He double moved.
Where?
Oh, I don't see him.
He is just outside of Senia's light.
Oh.
You can definitely
boy.
hear him. He's whip, whip.
Oh, there he is.
Is he within 30 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. If he is within 30 feet, then I am going to attempt, because I can't see him.
Mm-hmm.
However, he can see me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then this will work. Aha. Because I don't need to see him. He just needs to be able to see me.
To dazzling display him. Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Dazzling display. All right, that's an intimidate. All enemies within 30 feet that can see my display, I make an intimidate again.
All right, make it so. Oh my. Okay, that's a number. So my wisdom mod is not good. I have that many hit dice, so that beats it by 10. That's
Kato pulls his sword and lets off a flourish of cuts and
wow.
flourishes and says, "Pathetic creature, come here so I can cut you down to size."
not pathetic. Kill you. Obviously, like you can hear the tremolo in his voice, as afraid the ogre is. And if that was a full round, it goes to Arcturus.
That is full round.
I'm going to fire a bless off at long last,
Okay.
and then move. Oh wait, I have expeditious. I can move wherever I want now. I'll go like. Well, I don't want to move too far from you.
I just popped my dazzling display
I'll
cherry
move.
today.
I guess I'll move. Just to keep them guessing. And that'll do it for me.
Alrighty, Ionia.
So we're blessed?
Yeah.
Remind me, what does bless buff? Just so I don't ask again continuously in the future.
I should put the dark vision on Ionia. There you go. That's my beat.
Attack rolls
Thank you.
and saving throws against fear effects.
Oh, it's right there.
Did you guess it on me?
It affects everybody within 30 meters of me, so yeah, you might have to make a will save to see if you're blessed.
18.
So
Do I
what is-
roll against that?
It's
No,
the
standard.
bless. The bless says what the DC is. 1 second. Can you link bless? In
Bless is a +1
description?
on attack rolls and then saves against fear.
Right. I mean for the DC, if he.
Oh, fair. That'd
For his.
be 10 plus spell level plus Arcturus's wisdom. And if that's an 18, I'm
I
pretty
think
sure
it
he's
says.
good.
I think it says what your DC is if you go to the configuration tab.
Yeah.
Mm.
If you just hit bless and dump the data, it'll tell you what the DC is. I think.
It says that I don't have a saving throw on here.
Again, it would be. Well, I might not be coming through. Okay, I'm coming through. 10 plus this level of the spell, which is 1, so 11, and then Arcturus's wisdom modifier. And assuming it's not a +7, Kalira should
Plus
pass.
6.
So Kalira resists your blessing.
Yep.
What a
Wait,
jerk.
what? 10? Oh, it's 10 plus 1 plus 6?
Your
Oh,
plus level of spell plus caster mod.
And his is an 18 because
It's actually 20 because it's an enchantment spell.
Oh, okay. Well, enjoy.
Rip.
Oof.
But at least he can cut the darkness.
That was pretty clutch. Once per rage. Wall of Force? Nope. In any case, Ionia is on.
Okay, so it's me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna hit this thing with my note of blasting crossbow bolt.
Okay. And Shaken debuffs my AC does.
Oh man.
Unfortunately, the crossbow bolt goes wide. Too incensed by Jubilost and Kato's words, the ogre doesn't notice you, but it...
Hero power. No, don't hero power. You could.
Hero power! Actually, no, I lied.
Probably not.
A 7 hits an ogre's touch. It mostly just sticks in a bit of, like, his armor and breaks.
Gotcha. What was I gonna say? Oh, do I know if ogres have dark vision?
Yeah. Dark vision out to 60 feet and low light vision.
They can see very good in the dark. I don't know what that was.
Oh, it was good.
Oh, but there's like archers and stuff, right? So would this be considered dim light here, or because this is magic, is it just like dark in the night?
It was dark, and then there's from all the like people carrying sun rods or people who have light cast on them. Basically, at this point, anytime what would be supernaturally dark contacts light, it makes just like regular dark. Where Ionia is standing is probably dim light. Or no, you're standing in bright light at the moment. You're standing within Jubilost's.
The box is bright light, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just outside of the box though.
And
So
I should do this. We'll make Bakken's orange. And y'all can see it. Boom, there's Bakken's.
Oh, Bakken's got light too?
Or not, God, I did it again. I'm always going to do that. Yeah, Jubilost has low light vision, and so has light cast on his rapier.
Jubilost has light. Okay. Well, never mind then. I'm just going to take my full movement here. And Minoru will come back to me. Okay, that's it.
Alrighty, and then you're gonna... what do I want a thing to happen? We rolled for perception for him last turn. No one was able to spy on him. I think we're gonna shoot you again. Plus, bam. Never mind.
That won't hit.
Everybody make a perception check. As he tries feebly to disappear into the darkness.
Go, Senya!
No kidding.
And everybody's aware as, like, they probably just like, ah, God damn it! And go to try to disappear into the darkness again. Everybody is very aware that they're moving south from basically a straight line south from Senya. As the arrow misses super wide.
You're cutting out real bad, Tommy.
Sorry, I was busy looking at my cat to try to get him to be quiet. Arrow missed real bad. He moves to the south, running away from y'all. And
something that can move really fast, like faster than me, should really try to chase down those archers. Cough the dog.
Not me.
Cough
Just
the
have
dog.
Senya get on Grom and
Too soon, man. Too soon.
Bakken.
God damn it! All right, we need to mop this ogre up so we can go save Bakken.
I think Bakken is done for.
That would miss us.
He ain't gonna die.
Bakken lives forever.
We need to help him.
We need to move that light over to it.
Yeah. Well, Senya's. Well, I think the ogre is gonna. Is the ogre gonna like attack us, or is he just being a big chicken?
He had to go around the gate.
Oh.
I thought he was gonna go over it, but he didn't.
He did not. Bakken goes running in the direction of the ogre. Jubilost, he looks over at Kato and just, well, my lord, shall I sit here quietly and troll the troll, I mean ogre, or shall I go and give him a taste of something more? And looks at his rapier. I guess I can't say cutting, something that might stab a little more, you understand? Something, my oath that I have recently taken dictates that I must defer to you and not do anything that would cause you harm. Command me, sire.
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to regret this.
Stay close. Don't get yourself killed.
10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. It provokes an attack of opportunity from the ogre at the 20-foot mark. The ogre has this and is debuffed.
Wait,
from
didn't he
me.
say stay close?
He is close.
Stay
He's...
close.
He's close to the ogre.
Thought he meant, like, don't go up to it and die.
Oh, jeez.
I'm making sure I don't have... No, I don't. And it's not going to feel good, but there it is. 2d6 plus...
20.
Almost. That could have been not the nicest. Boski!
Oof.
Yeah. That's a lot of damage.
It's not a little... There's a... Bakken for the first time makes a sound that doesn't sound like he's smarter than everyone. And...
Wait, you mean Jubilos?
I did it again. God damn it! I'm gonna kill Bakken so I don't screw this mistake up anymore. And I mean,
No.
kill
I think that's the best move.
No, just kill Jubilost.
No, Jubilost.
Oh.
Unfortunately, Jubilost runs up and stabs the ogre in like the calf with his rapier, and basically just hits a wall of flab, and the ogre doesn't really even seem to notice. The chain clapping him in the face is almost an afterthought. Oh, Jubilost has taken...
Why did you tell him to run in there, Del?
I said stay close. Don't get yourself killed.
He did both of those things. He is 30 feet away and not dead. Sania, you're on.
Well, too bad the fop's in your way.
All right. Is he?
I mean, to charge, but you get 1, 2, 3, 4. You have reach, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You could go like here, and you could poke him.
Man, someone is so cool outside my apartment. I don't know who they are, but they must be the coolest people by the sound of their vehicle.
Sorry, can't hear you.
I'm just complaining about the people revving their engines outside my car.
Didn't
What
get
if
that either. What do you want to do?
So
The suspense is killing us. The suspense is literally killing me, says Jubilost as the back of a chain hit him.
So I'm gonna move.
I would go
like,
right
here.
I would go right here.
That one.
Yes. I would move to this point here. That puts you in reach, and it doesn't block me from getting in.
So that's where I go.
Okay.
Cool. Stab him.
And I'm a power attack.
Alrighty.
Ignoring the second roll. Oh.
Anything else?
Nope.
Alright, Kalira.
Alright.
Did your best.
I could reach him. I go diagonally 5 here and then 25 here, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'll do. Yeah, should have moved last turn. Sorry.
It's fine. I have another way to get in, but it's... Actually, I can get in. It's cool.
He already used his attack of opportunity. Or she, I guess this is she, huh?
Yeah.
It is a she, yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's an
Jubilost
ogre.
8
Kill it.
AOO.
So I will power attack with Death to All Fae.
Alrighty. And that hits. And 21.
And 21.
Ah! Screams the ogre.
Does it? I guess it doesn't have many magical abilities that with it.
Not, no.
So take 2 off of that. Sorry,
Alrighty, understood.
it's 25.
Still definitely connects. The ogre, you come in and like this is around the point that Jubilost gets like clapped in the back of the head with basically a ship's anchor, and then you come down, swing your sword, and like layers of blubber come off and kill you, eat you, Anything else?
That's it.
My God, Achilles, why are you so loud today? You are so, yeah. You want to help me kill these people? Because it's the ogre's turn. What do you want the ogre to do? Now he's quiet. That's always how it is. It never fails. The ogre 5-foot steps back and attacks Kalira with a 25 to
That
hit
hits.
and 25 points of damage.
That's the same roll, man.
It is.
Moved out of
Serendipitous.
my attack range.
And Kato.
God damn it.
Who did he or she just attack?
Attacked Kalira for 25.
And it connected? I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
missed that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume a 25 hit.
Yes.
And one round.
You can go ahead and
around.
assume they all hit. Always. I have 14 AC. It's fine.
Got it.
Oh.
See, I always get because Kato like everything misses, so I just
Mhm.
There's a
I'm
big
not
disparity between the marshals here.
Just, but if I get hit, I go down. That's the big problem with me.
it's it up to it's Kato's turn, right?
Yeah.
Kato, hold your turn until after me.
I will hold my turn until after Arcturus.
Okay. And so it was.
I cast haste on Kato.
Yeah.
Okay, make it so, Kato.
Anything? Is that your whole?
It
Yeah.
has to be, yeah.
How long did the frightening from your dazzling display last?
He beat the DC by 10.
So it is whatever an intimidated. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how long it lasts, Tommy.
Just that he
I want to say it's 2 rounds, but I'll double check it real quick while you're making your attack roll. I actually have never had anyone build the fear-mongery things before. Let me make sure I had this right. The duration is increased by, so 2 more rounds. Got it.
All right.
For a total of 3.
All right. So this is a new round, so he'd have his AOO back.
Yep.
That's
Chains
cool.
back a swinging.
Well, let's see if I can negate. Well, first of all, I haven't done this yet, and this is really dumb for me of not having done this yet. So swift action.
Rhymes with crane style.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right. Now movement, because I'm hasted. I'm gonna go.
Alrighty.
I'm going to attempt to acrobatics through his. Oh.
Oh.
All right. Well, attack of opportunity.
All right, would you like to parry it?
Oh, can I?
Yeah. He's one size category bigger, so you take a -2, but you certainly can try.
Right. Yeah, there's no reason not to, right?
Indeed.
I guess. All right.
Okay. And so it was.
So what's the penalty? Sorry for being one size bigger.
You would have a 28 and I have a 20. So the parry.
Okay, because I would lose
Yeah.
2 and you. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha.
And
All
if you'd like to
right. My
riposte,
riposte.
it's real awkward because he has a threat range of like 25 feet. I guess his arm is long enough that you can stab him in the arm parts. Sure.
That's interesting. Yeah. All right. So my riposte, I get +1 because of hate.
And that would confirm.
So 19 slashing, 3 precision.
You got it. Plus that, and then your standard action.
Yeah, I was gonna attack.
Whoa.
So then 42 more. Would my lord like to flavor that kill?
Damn.
Holy.
Damn, well done.
All right, so Kato looks at the fallen horses, looks over at Bakken, who seems to be barely holding his own against the darkness. We need to end this now and get over there to help our friend. Kato lifts his sword and charges in full speed. The ogre grabs his, what was it, a boat anchor?
Yeah, pretty much. Just a giant length of way too big chain.
Hurls it in Kato's direction. He bats it aside with his sword and stabs the blade through the first eye of the into the first eye of the ogre. It staggers backwards, clutching its head. He pulls the sword free and lunges a second time, this time through the other eye.
Man, we like to poke eyes out.
Doesn't matter how big and tough you are. You're still all squishy on the inside. So he wrenches his sword free a second time, and the ogre crumples to a pile on the floor.
And indeed, you got him. Fair enough.
Woo!
Ionia!
Double crits.
That was not bad. That was exactly
insane.
what we wanted. The
So
second one for almost max.
So I minimum on the first one, but then I maxed on the second.
2 and 1, then 7 and
So
8.
that's
Damn.
50-50. Right? If you min damage the first and then max damage the second, that's average.
It was a
It's
C
an
plus
average
performance on the part of Cato that killed an ogre dead. And Ionia's on.
Somebody's been shooting me from over here, right? But
Yeah.
they ran off.
Mm-hmm. Shot, you heard them curse out when they missed, and they run to the other side of the graveyard, basically.
They were so embarrassed by how widely they missed. They just ran into the.
And something dropped something earlier. Do I see anything above me within my vision?
You do not. Well, you can make a perception check.
Well, that would be my turn making perception, right?
Just a free action. You're fine.
Oh, okay.
Well, I feel better about my piss poor performance against the dragon.
That's fair. That's fair. So Ionia doesn't see anything, but Minoru does like smell something overhead and would be like looking up and sniffing and growling.
Well, can't really do anything if I can't see it. Okay, so let me see if I'm tracking this right. There was an archer over here that ran away. There was the fletchling over here that ran away, and there's something overhead that I can't see.
Yeah.
And wasn't there another archer
Right.
that fired at Cato from the bottom left?
Mm-hmm. So there's
Over here.
most likely,
Yeah.
based on the way Minoru is acting, at least 4 more things hiding in the graveyard.
Okay. I'm gonna cast shield on Minoru.
Okay.
And can his sniffer tell what's closest to us?
Yeah, the closest thing he could smell that's not disgusting dead ogre would be somewhere vaguely in this direction and above him.
Okay, so this direction. So I guess I'll move back that way.
Okay.
I need to do something about this speed. It's ridiculous. And then he's going to... I don't want him to go too far, so he'll probably just use his... just his movement. That's generally the direction he smelled something, right?
Yeah, he would get... Well, what I'll do is... right there. From that square, it's almost directly over his head.
Oh, directly overhead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I guess he'll just kind of be trying to communicate that, and that's what... Well, yeah, I took my action, so I guess that's what we're gonna do.
Alrighty, fair enough. Yeah, we'll go ahead and say, everybody make a perception check real quick. I know I've said that a lot tonight, but everybody make perception.
There it is.
Oh yeah.
How did I manage that?
It's pretty crazy.
One's happened.
We're
One in-
smarter.
1 in 400. Alrighty, so as the ogre drops, you guys can see from the direction of civilization, torchlight is coming towards the graveyard as Perlavash has told the powers that be that y'all need help. You don't hear anyone say anything, but you do the areas that, like where the Shadow Dancer has picked up a darkness rock and is running around with it, basically. the Shadow Dancer steps where it's dark on its own, and from there, those of you with like Ionia, it's kind of in the range of your dark vision, and there's just like a spot that you should be able to see just fine that goes just pitch black as they begin to beat a hasty retreat. Bakken makes his way over 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I should have gone for the ogre. I can't stand Shadow Dancers.
You're okay, friend. Don't worry. I handled the ogre.
You did. That was impressive. And I
I'm just
guess
glad to see you survived your ordeal over there. It wasn't looking pretty.
it was not. No. In old age, my eyes are not what they used to be. I don't pick them out until this damn Kukri comes across. And there is a pretty sizable, like, gash in Bakken's armor where something has, like, slashed across his kidney. And
Are we out of combat now?
Can we pursue the darkness?
Everyone who's not Minoru make a reflex save. Everyone who has spellcraft can roll spellcraft. There'd probably be like a round of combat in response.
I'm going to use my what's it called? Charmed Life.
Oh my god.
I ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till you see my reflex.
Is this a spell?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
That'd be 19 for me.
So it's pretty easy for both Ionia and Arcturus to identify the little tiny bead of red light that streaks down towards Achilles, who is loud towards Senia, as a fireball is thrown down at all of you. The flying overhead is she appears to be a human woman, but the fact that she's able to see in the darkness probably means she's something more. And
Somalia.
not quite. I thought about it. I really did. But
She just can't get rid of this girl. She just can't stay away from me.
Oh boy.
okay, then.
Not actually her.
5, 10, 50, 25, 35, 10,
I'm saying if it was, I'd be like, man, you can't keep your eyes off me, can
And
you?
does anyone want to hero point their reflex saves?
Oh,
You know what? Yeah. Yeah, I am gonna do that.
What?
I never use it.
They're casting a fireball at Senya.
Senia is the centered target, so everyone but Minoru is just barely outside of the blast radius. Everybody else, including like Bakken and Jubilost, are there.
It's a big old fireball, huh?
20-foot radius.
Meh. It's rude though. I was invisible.
I do not have any points in my warding talisman, so just 11.
Are you allowed to? Am I allowed to ask what reflex save I'm required to
No.
pass?
No.
No. I'm thinking it's.
DM, can I just metagame this real quick? Just
Yeah.
I screwed that up
It was
with the Stag Lord. We won't screw that up again.
It was a genuine question. I just want to know if I could know if I passed or failed before choosing to reroll.
I think actually in the mechanics for hero points it reads that you have to decide whether or not you want to reroll before
keep
the
it or
result
not.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I need to. I forget I have 2 dogs in this fight.
Do I have?
Bakenodori. Jubilost North. Fair enough.
Damn it! I don't get evasion until next level too, so it would just be half. But I don't want to take full. Yeah, I'm gonna hero point my reflex.
Alrighty.
And I'm gonna add a modifier of 3 for my charisma. I assume I keep that on my reroll, right?
Yeah.
If I use that, yeah. Oh my god, it's worse!
Oof.
I rolled a 5, then I rolled a 4.
Feels
What's
bad.
wrong?
Anyone else want to use their hero points?
I don't see the point. I'm only gonna roll worse.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then in
How do I
that
roll 5
case,
and then a 4?
Senia passes and takes half of this. Kato passes with the 18. 18 was the DC and takes half of it.
jeez.
Kalira passes and takes half with her morale bonus. And Ionia, Arcturus fail. Bakken and Jubilost both take half. 24 or 12 fire damage. Does that
That's
kill?
not too bad.
Does not.
You said I take full, right?
Yeah, you take all 24.
I'm good.
How far up is this witch?
She fires off on her turn as her standard, then moves flying off into the darkness.
Oh. She's like super far away.
Yeah, she was probably about 45, 50 feet or so over your heads.
How does that interact? Am I still invisible, or am I now on?
No, you're definitely still invisible.
Okay.
You got hit by unfortunate happenstance.
I am still standing.
Does anyone want to pursue the witch? Or I shouldn't call her the witch. Does anyone want to pursue the caster?
The witch.
She's up in the air.
Yeah, and
Yep.
she's like, you
She
see
riding a
her.
broom?
She's flying under. We don't need to shoelace it. She'd cast fly on herself and has been flying over the battlefield probably this whole time. And given the fact that you didn't see her, she had invisibility on herself too, which ended when she took a hostile action.
So now she's no longer invisible.
And she's flying away.
We could shoot bows and put glitter dust on her.
How far away is she?
She is presently outside of outside of everybody's dark vision. She's, if you were to fire blindly, she's in and about 50 feet up. She'd be in your second range increment, but you could try it.
I mean, if she's just gonna keep running, we might as well just shoot some arrows. I doubt she'll.
You want me to glitter bomb her? Like in case she comes back, I guess.
If you could, if you can.
Can I use my helmet
No,
against
it's
her?
30,
No.
30 feet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's for close range bow ponage.
Indeed.
But you can just fire off. Just
Would I
two
would I be able to draw a bow and still have my full attack, or
You just get the one attack.
Are we
Yeah,
just
quick
kind of all taking pot shots at her, or are we in initiative, or can I just drop this?
Next level, when I have dispel magic and I can start using that on people with fly in the air, I'm gonna be so.
It's super dope to just have them several d6 of damage. Yeah, I guess what I'll say is if anyone wants to take a quick pot shot, they may roll a ranged attack.
Yeah, I guess I'll take a pot shot at her.
Okay.
Don't do deadly. Yeah, you do deadly.
Boom.
She's out of range of everything I can do.
And
Same.
her AC is
I
that.
can't throw my sword that far.
So Kalira would miss. I'll roll a d100. You want a 50 or better, Senia?
Aw.
So the basic idea of where she is seems to ring true, but the arrow just whizzes and hits nothing. And that is where we're going to call this session. As reinforcements arrive, thank you all for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more ogre battles, I suppose. I did not expect the ogre to just like pop, it's dead. Max,
You
I
didn't
just like
remember.
to say before we end the session, I go over to Kato and I say, "This is why I brought the dog."
Bork.
Asked me to go places alone.
He's gonna make a snide comment. Be careful.
He's gonna make a snide comment, but that'll be next time.
I'm gonna hand her back her mystery device and say, "Sorry, didn't have an opportunity to need this. The ogre died too quickly."
They did too. It was rough.
Yeah, well, it would have been cool.
Yeah, 45%
Let Tommy
machine.
end the session.
I need to go to the bathroom. Let me say bye.
bye?
Bye.